that. We're good.
All right, welcome to Masks. This is our second session. We're going to finish up a little character creation and then be able to start. I am Michael, he, him, and I will be GMing. Do we want to uh, go down? I've got Sarah, Nessa, Mo, Steve, and then Kirby.
I am Sarah. I'm she, her, and I am Powerful Weak One on TikTok.
I'm Nessa, also she, her, also Mike. All the oh, never mind. You're fixing it. Sorry.
I was looking at it too. I was like, what's going on?
Somebody may have gone blank for a second, and so they scooched around. So then I've got to go move them all back.
Yeah. Sorry, Nessa, she, her, Loch Nessa on TikTok and most things.
Was it me next? I don't remember.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, it's me. Hey, I'm Mo. I go by the HC pronouns. You can find me on all the social at Serena Bezos. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Steve. I am the Dragon X on TikTok. He, him. Hi.
Hello, I'm Kirby, disaster tourism everywhere, and I use he, they pronouns.
All right. Yeah, for Dragon X real quick, let me just throw a link back into our Discord. We're having troubles editing the Millinote. So, for our Millinote, since last time, we've added a couple things. I can kind of take a moment and go over what we have so far. 1945, Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombs shook something loose and started supers. 1950, the antipodal point, Rio Grande, Brazil, is where a hole broke through afterwards and red light beamed into space. 1952, Tima was the first powered person in Japan. 1965, Annie Quaint, pop icon, outed as a super. 1978, supers granted citizenship. 1980, they were permitted to join the military. 1986, Henry Blake Novacorp, an experimental R&D funded by the U.S. government, developed power containment packs. First artificial superhuman, Private Philly. Experimental tech using super DNA, non-terrestrial, to do interdimensional engine powered by the Rift. 2000, Jason Blake shuts down genetic facilities and separates government funding. Removes Novacorp to Blake Industries. Private Philly defects from Blake Industries and goes rogue, changes their name to Spectre after the invisibility abilities. That's a hard thing to say. 1990s, Giovanni crime family starts utilizing supers and eliminates the old family. 91, the O'Donnells hit the Giovannis using the super, takes out some of their people. Bertram's betrayal, a massacre at Papio O'Donnell family wedding at Bertram's Gardens. Done did by the Giovanni, was never proven by them though. Giovanni in 98, the family acceptance of supers helps improve public opinion through the media. AlphaCom Corporation makes its first superhero sponsorship, and then the U.S. Attorney General calls a grand jury to convict Pietro Giovanni, all but crippling the family's power. 1998, we have the Rift over Philadelphia opens. Cream savers were born, and thus many bad things happen.
Wait, hold on. Why is that a red thing?
Because that's what it's supposed to be.
No, it's not. You know it.
No, it's not.
Somebody was editing things while we were offline.
I got away with it. It worked for you kids. Henry Blake creates the first manned starship to enter the Rift. It never returns. Starflame, she heard, dies in a triangle gas fire explosion. We got the rise of the Rift-affiliated religious sect, the Fishurians. Is that how we want to pronounce it?
Fishurians, yeah.
Yeah.
Fishurians. 1998, at the religion's inception, Duke Cannon, Miss Perfection, and Honey Badger joined the religion. First, 2001, the temple was built in Philly, Queensville neighborhood. 2002, megachurch leader and televangelist Dinah Evelyn Root comes out against the Fishurians and claims they are all extensions of the devil, or their pro-superhero stance. 2003, the third Fishurian temple in Tacony. Tacony is burnt down. Anti-super activist. The fire glows blue. 2005, Fishurian is legally recognized by the U.S. government. And in 2007, we start getting power showing up in preteens, 12 years old and up. 2007, superhero Big Brother program sponsored by AlphaCom and the government. 2008, first teen superhero, fire dancer, Starflame's sidekick, witnessed Starflame's death firsthand, 16th time. 2008, fire dancer is given money from AlphaCom to form the first teen superhero squad, the highlights. 2009, Blake Industries creates its first public-powered suit, the Powerhouse Armor. 2010, first superpowered based reality TV show. 2014, the People's Council was formed, a grassroots organization to help support, mentor young supers who do not reflect the corporation's value. So, and I think we got some legacies and other stuff done. Had we gotten all the way through this last week, all of the people?
We're still doing Nessa's, I think, right?
Oh, whoops! Sorry.
I think you get the last. You get the last focus.
Okay, hold on 1 second. No, I didn't. I do the 1965. Annie Quant was was the focus that I put in.
Yeah.
Sure.
That was
Sorry.
new.
Yeah.
I was like, "Ooh, that's a new one." I
Okay,
haven't
yeah,
seen
that's
that
the
one
one. That's the one that we have to add to. So, you have set that up as your. Let me bring back up microscope. You've set that up as your. You have the period, in this case, that happens.
Yeah, there was a lot going on in the late 2000s, and I was just like, well, there's a gap here.
Yeah. Let's go back a little bit.
Yeah, and I think I put in the chat that I was just like, it seems like there would be a time period where I wasn't sure whether or not there were people who were born after the event or people who were born after the event who were children and then got superpowers, or if you had to be born post event to get superpowers.
Okay. I forgot that there's a one page that just has all the information there. Great. Okay, so yeah, you described the focus. Then each player either makes a period or event, because scenes for us didn't necessarily work because we're going to end up doing a lot more. We just want this for the history. So yeah, we go from there. We can just kind of go with what I've got here in the window. Kirby, you'd be the next one to make, or I'm sorry, Mo. You would be the next one to make a event or period going along with Annie Quaint, pop icon outed as a super. They should all be related to her.
She's named after the
Is
lady.
it Quaint or Quant?
Do you know how the lady who invented the mini skirts last name is pronounced? Because I don't.
No.
I want to say Quant.
I am putting an A in it because I am looking at it and misreading it, so I'll put my reading glasses back on because I'm at that age.
That's why I got my reading glasses on, so I feel you.
I've got my reading contacts in.
Oh, flexing on us.
I have a headache.
I do too. I understand.
All right.
All
yeah,
right,
Qantas would be my guess.
I really like her. I do. But maybe in 1970 she goes missing.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I've been very brain mode all weekend. Her goes missing. And I'm gonna color that as a bad because what happened?
Was it the government? Was it the corporation? Did she fall into a rift? Who's to say?
Was she
Ooh, a
kidnapped by the
second rift.
military? Ooh.
Yeah, was she kidnapped? Did she just go underground because she was tired? She didn't want to be a icon of super stuff.
When you say she was a pop icon, she was a singer or an actress or something like that?
I think singer.
Twiggy?
Yeah, kind of definitely Twiggy. Style, fashion.
It girl, right?
It girl.
Like
People,
Marilyn Monroe.
yeah, people eat
Yes.
the food she's eating, even though it doesn't make sense to eat. Just eat like Twiggy.
All right, so then goes missing. Then why don't we take it, Kirby? What's the next one?
All right. Kirby's going to say in 1965, Dallas Quaker is her kind of pop rival.
Oh,
Mhm.
and he begins like an anti-Annie Quant campaign because she's a super
oh.
Oh.
in his like promotional materials and like all kinds of stuff like that.
Just got a good idea.
I'm gonna say he's like a country. He's gonna be like a country pop singer because Dallas Quaker sounds like a country pop singer. Auntie Annie.
Is he of the oatmeal Quakers?
What's that?
Is he of the oatmeal Quakers?
Yes, he is of the oatmeal Quaker. I'm Dallas Quaker of the oatmeal Quakers.
Turns out all breakfast cereal has a messed up past.
I'm Raymond Starkiss of Starkiss Candy.
And that's gonna be a bad thing. Oh.
Split his pronouns, please.
Dallas Quaker, he, they.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Actually, we're gonna go they he instead.
Yeah.
For 1965, I'm progressive in many issues, but
Except-
screw them supers.
Which, you know what, makes sense. Honestly, if there was
Yeah.
somebody who could turn, like, my thing is I turn people into rats.
Well,
I'd be like, you know what, I'm all about progressive politics, but I do think we should do something about anyone who can turn someone into a rat.
well, I kind of think Dallas probably has superpowers too.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I figured he was like, this is just my thing, is like I can get the spotlight by just being like
He causes earthquakes.
Yeah,
Just coincidentally.
Coincidentally.
he's an earthbender.
Ooh.
His famous song, "If the Trailers Are Rockin',"
Help.
run for cover.
The trend is rock and run for cover.
Mm.
and people love it because they think it's just about tornadoes.
Yeah.
All right, let's Sarah.
I think I want kind of aid into the conspiracy of her disappearance. And I think, let me get my mouse. Let's assume Watergate still happens in this universe. And when it does, in all the documents for Watergate, there is mention of Annie Quant, but it's so redacted, it doesn't tell you much, but it like she's connected to Watergate somehow.
Now I want to connect MK Ultra to this.
Yeah. The real question is, what year did Watergate happen?
72, I want to. It was 73, I want to say.
I
know none of you know, but I know the exact date. That did 1972 to 1974, according to my wonderful brain.
The only reason I know that is I listened to a podcast about Watergate, and Nixon still got elected in the midst of all that scandal.
I was
This is just-
minus 27 years old.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to do that math. Don't have brain cells for that math.
I was
Annie
born a couple
Quant's
years after.
Hey.
You're so young.
Appears in heavily redacted documents connected to Watergate. Was she deep throat?
Oh.
I have no brain cells.
Remember, there's two possibilities for that. This is
I have
the
no brain
political
cells.
One.
Morgan.
This is the political one.
I have no brain cells.
Turns out it was both.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
I started doing open mic comedy again yesterday, and I was like, oh right, I forgot. The bar is so low. Like all you have to do is just not be the absolute worst.
I'm also very tired, so everything's gonna make me laugh like a child. Oh,
Yeah, we got
God.
open mics on Thursdays and mixed bags.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I think this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be a bad thing.
Deep throat.
All right,
Okay.
and Steve.
Okay. Where's my cursor? Grab a note. And we're gonna put 1971. The first public supervillain supervillain. Dr. Sampson.
They hadn't really
The first
figured out villain names yet.
He
Oh, it's way off.
him. The first public supervillain, Dr. Sampson, openly attacks Dallas
Ooh.
Oh.
Quaker at one of his anti-super rallies.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna
Not
say,
having your
even though it was a villain attack, it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I respect this guy.
Throwing some nuance
Is-
up in
is-
this shit.
Oh, is he a villain or is he like the dude who punched Richard Spencer?
I'm thinking he's more like Magneto. Like, he just got sick of all this slander against supers and was like, why do you think we're lesser than you just because we have more power than you? Let me show you what we can really do if we want to.
I'd like to imagine that Dr. Sampson is just his legal name, first name Doctor.
Like Doctor Strange.
This was before supervillains were thought to have names.
One of those. Oh, we're using our special names. Then I am Spider-Man. All right. I think that takes us back to Ness. I guess to close it out.
Oh, right. So do I get to do a
The legacy will go back to Sarah because she'll get
Yes.
her legacy on yours. But you get to do one more period or event that ties into Annie Quant.
all right. I'm just gonna say say 1967. Who would have been like a good TV persona? I feel like the power outing happened and then she just kind of had to like lean into being like
Name like Johnny Carson. Was he around
Yeah.
then?
Oh,
Yeah.
1960s talk show host. I don't think Carson was it was Jack Parr then.
Phyllis Diller.
Merv Griffin. Merv Griffin was the one in 62
Joan Rivers?
I don't know, but something like goes on like a media tour of like personal power acceptance. Of like we exist.
I can see Joan because Joan Rivers was kind of like knocking down a lot of walls when she.
I think didn't Joan Rivers do like a bedtime talk with her daughter? Like they like sit in bed and like gab. Is that the right?
Carol Burnett.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
ended up doing some of that stuff.
Before she
Like-
passed.
She
Yeah.
became like less sort of politically minded as she got older. She was much more of the gossip stuff. But when she was younger, she was like I think she won like the Tonight Show with maybe it might have been Steve Allen or someone. He was hosting at a time when that was like an impossible thing. But you said Carol Burnett could be a thing. Carol Burnett's always going to be the awesome.
I love Carol Burnett.
Oh, Johnny Carson was 62 to 92.
And was there forever.
Is Dilly Ransom a terrible name?
I like Dilly Ransom.
Deli Ransom. I like it.
Okay. 1967. I guess I should specify Annie Goes. Annie goes on a media tour of personal power acceptance, goes on Dilly Ransom's talk show.
What are Deli's pronouns?
I think she, her. I don't know. There's something about me being gay where I'm just like, could this be a woman? Yes.
Yes.
Always.
Sarah, you get to decide a legacy from Annie Quant.
I like this Deli Ransom person, and I'm going to say, let's see. I'm going to say Deli Ransom makes it her personal mission to basically she's one who like takes up the cause for the supers first. She's like think of like the way Tammy Faye Baker like made headway with the AIDS movement in the 80s type thing. So Deli Ransom takes up super rights as personal cause.
If you also want to
And
throw that as, or, then create a scene or an event that ties in with that.
okay, hmm.
Which could be, doesn't have to be in that particular period. It could be a different period.
Let's see. Would it be awful if Deli is Jason Blake's mother?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
Huh.
let's see.
Sorry, I was muted. I was like, no. I love that.
So if
Okay.
Jason, how old do you think Jason? When do you think Jason will be born?
Okay, so he takes over his dad. Back in when the 90s, is that right?
2000.
2000.
He shut. 98 is when his dad goes missing. 95, yeah, 98 is when his dad goes missing. Looks like.
In 2000, Jason shuts down the facility. When did his dad build Nova Corp again? 1987? Wait, no.
Yeah.
No.
1986
86.
to 87 is when they built the patch. Yeah,
Do you
86
think
is.
he
Feel
was
like-
born like in the mid, like early 80s then?
Let's put him at 83, and let's say that 19. I'm gonna put this. Let me get a note going.
Hold on, we gotta make sure Jason Blake is an adult by 2000. So,
If he was born in like 83, he'd be 38 right now.
but in 2000, would he have
In
been?
2000, when he starts the company.
Oh,
Yeah, is he like 20 or like 36?
let's
If
say
it's
he's 20.
83,
Let's
he'd
say
be
he's 22.
17. So if you want it to be like 22, you'd want him.
1978.
Perfect. Let's say Deli Ransom
Crap.
marries what?
My headphones died.
I don't know.
Ooh. Deli Ransom marries Henry Blake. He was born in 1978. I'd say they got married in 75.
Wait, no, she marries
Henry.
Jason Blake.
Jason's no,
Yeah.
Jason is her son.
Oh, sorry.
marries the
Okay. I'm out.
1975.
I'm out of the loop here.
Jason born 1978.
Jason Bourne. He's coming for us.
Okay, let me pop this quickly up to the here. Because I feel like Deli and Henry would have a lot in common with their love of supers.
What if it was her blood they used to make Captain Philly?
Oh, she was an unknown super that people didn't know about.
Yeah.
He didn't even know she never knew she was a super.
Oh, what if it turned out the only reason they found out she was a super was just because Henry Blake used some of her blood as like a control group, and then found out it's like one of those powers that is actually like very hard to like almost a charisma type power.
Yep.
Could be a thing that's
Nice.
kind of hard to detect.
Oh god, I'm just thinking of what is it, number 2 from the Umbrella Academy? Number 2, number 3.
Oh, yeah.
I heard a
Uh,
rumor.
Yeah.
Well, whenever she asks anything on a talk show, people just have to answer correctly.
Oh
Because
yes.
they have to be honest. Like, tell us the
Yes.
truth.
The Wildcard series of books, which was a Super's anthology that George R. R. Martin edited.
Oh.
There's a character from like the 60s called Golden Boy who just basically, or not, there wasn't Golden Boy, it was another guy, but Golden Boy was one of the people on his team. People would do anything anything that would please him, they would do.
Mm.
So when he actually had to because he was in front of Congress trying to argue that them going against the supers was going to be this big problem, and Congress is like, "Yep, we're going to get rid of it. You're correct." And then the next day they're like, "Wait a minute," because it was pheromones. They brought him back in, kept him in an airtight case.
Ooh.
That collapsed, and then he ended up becoming changing his appearance and becoming an assistant to diplomats, and use his powers just being in the room to help diplomatic relations across the world just be.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
All right.
All right,
I think
we've got our world. We will end up coming back to this because occasionally and adding some new stuff. Because right now we've got a ton about the olden days. Nova Corp, which is now Blake Industries, is going to be a giant thing. AlphaCom will also be kind of a big thing going on, and we have Probably some mysteries still coming up from some of the past stuff we've left over that will eventually work their way in. But for now, we get to look at our characters. So, I put a bunch of playbooks in there. If people, like, what we can do is, anybody know what it is that they are thinking of going for as far as playbooks?
I was thinking of doing the star, which isn't currently in the Millinote, I don't think. But I was thinking he would be like this teen super that was trying desperately to get a corporate a corporate deal.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to go with someone whose parents were very supportive of them
Mhm.
in their journey of learning their powers. And now I kind of think I'm going to do that, but with the transformed, because I think that that would be an interesting dichotomy between family, the supportive family dynamic, and a outside world that is very judgy.
Mhm.
The transformed is the one where you've got like a separate, like a totally separate form, like Hulk, werewolf type thing. Is that right?
Ambiguous man shifting, transgressing. I'm trying to read it. Transgressing.
What we'll have to do in a moment is copy the ones you want, and there is, outside the playbooks, there is a thing for each of yours where you can drop your characters in to
Okay.
those. So it looks like you've got
Not me. Are you having the PDFs already open? Because I
that too.
played
Oh, what'd I do?
Nasty earlier.
Well, I have the book in front of me, so I should just use that.
What I do?
What happened?
I deleted my I deleted the what's it called, the first page of the newborn.
I am still showing it.
Oh, where'd it go?
Are you?
Oh, there it went. Okay, where'd it go?
Oh, that's odd. Wait, so if is everyone else still seeing? Let me move that page real quick.
I see it now.
Oh, the old ones there.
Wait,
Yeah, I can see it
no,
now.
what
It
about-
just shifted over to the right a little bit.
Thing is, are there two there for other people?
I see them. Yeah, there's two.
Yeah.
There's two for me.
Okay, so everyone's
Right.
seeing two. Yeah. So what I would
Yeah.
do is I would just copy those, and then you can go ahead and paste them into on the mass game. There is one for y'all. What are other people thinking of?
I was going to play the newborn. Originally, I was going for when I read more of the outsider, it just didn't seem exactly what I'm looking at. I want
Mhm.
something that's very alien, but also very does not know its mission at the moment. And my idea was, I think I mentioned this in the Discord. They came back on the original unmanned ship from the Rift, and Henry Blake discovered it. And it was like, it was when it was discovered, it was basically, it was they were just like matter, like organic matter, and then he's like, oh, I'll put this in a box, and the next morning it had transformed into a humanoid creature.
Oh, love it.
What a way
So
to
it's
be
very-
born.
Yeah.
If only that was how we were all. If we all came around.
Eh,
I wish.
Just come out through the rift.
Yeah.
Grow in a box.
Yeah. They don't know who they are or like what their mission is, or they just know that they were at one place and now they're in another place. And yeah.
All right, Rover Ness, anything jump out at you?
I don't want to steal anyone's, but I was thinking about maybe legacy.
that's not mine.
Yay.
That legacy was so good, especially with all the history that we have currently. Like that'd be super nice to continue like having like other sort of legacy sort of characters. God, brain work. Just pick one brain. What am I in the mood for?
I mean, do you want to be edgy?
Not really. I'm not really an edgy player, except for I'm playing like so my mask game that I play currently with Doyce and the other TikTokers Sundays at noon is basically I play a artsy emotional being. So I play Denova, who's like Violet from the Incredibles. So psychics, telekinetics, etc. So I kind of want to. I might do the beacon because they don't seem like they're powered. If I'm
Correct.
looking at this correctly,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think I want to play someone who just moved to Philly, and is trying to like join in on like being like sponsored, but also doesn't really know exactly how to get in, or maybe they just got rejected, or just something like that.
So what I would do is just for everybody, if you want to copy your to the one is right above the other, and then in your characters thing, you can just paste them in. It should show up in the thing on the side. Just pull them on in.
How do you change the icon in our little character block?
Oh, from the mask game, I don't know if that's really a thing. You can. That's one of those things I don't think is quite there yet.
All right. Oh, I can make it bigger. Nice.
No, I'm like, gotta make it better for my eyes.
Love it.
Yeah, then you can make those as big as you want. And one thing I'll suggest is kind of what we did on the. You can draw on stuff if you want to mark. You can also pull out one of those notes and make notes of things there, like putting it beside your character.
Can I read this without my glasses on? Oh no, gotta stay on.
We'll end up doing here in a little bit. Give you a moment to kind of look through your characters, make some of those decisions. Anybody have any questions just on how the character sheets themselves work?
Has anybody played PBTA before? So
This is the only the second session of PBTA I have ever done. So I think I'll figure it out though.
Yeah. Oh, one thing that will be one that we'll have to kind of figure out. You can probably just do with the drawing, though. I'm going to double check how to erase something because an important thing about masks in particular. Also, if you hit Control and the scroll wheel, it'll zoom in, but it kind of zooms everything. So you have labels, and those labels. Let me just put something. Like you might be able to just put like a circle or something through it. It'll kind of cover it, but it's easy to know +2 to -2. Save that. Can I just delete one? Or is it going to ask edit drawing? Hit erase. I might do here. Let me see if I can able to find something we can kind of drag onto it to show where they're at. Or the other thing you can do is put like a note on top of it, just to give like what the -2 to +3. Your stats will change quite a bit throughout the game because they are going to be shifted when people use influence on it. Might check real see if I can find gonna find something here real quick.
Oh, the real question: how do I gender my character? What is gender?
No gender.
No, I like a little gender as a treat sometimes.
Did you say ginger or gender?
Gender.
Gender. Little gender treats.
I'm gonna try something. See if this works. I think it might. Oh wait. Sucks. You can only get something so small on here. Let me try this. I don't know how big you've made your character sheets. I'm just gonna pop into somebody's. If you want to make them bigger.
I made it big. If you want to look at mine.
Yeah, I made them huge.
Oh, here. Let me check on yours. I just picked up. Oh, I think this will be perfect. I am in Steve's right now. Oh, why'd that get big?
Oh, what are you doing?
No, that was smaller a minute ago.
Oh my god!
Holy crap! You like took out my whole page.
What the fuck, Michael?
Assassinated.
Oh wait,
My second page is now missing.
I think here. Okay,
There we go.
let's see if I can just move this. I
I've been
can't
banned.
make that smaller. Let me check and see if I can get an even smaller version of it. I don't love those. I might try something else. Yeah, I would say for right now, just go ahead and maybe throw a note on there so you can say what each of your labels are. Because
Yeah, I was
those will
wondering, there's not
change.
circles or like anything that we could like circle.
That's what I was That's what I was trying, but the one I keep finding that they're just way too big. Because you can only make something so small in this. I'm trying to find like sites that will let me download. Like, give me a little circle, but make it tiny enough that we can use it. Or I may end up doing something in these all look too big. But right now I would just use a note. I'll try to make like a really small thing in Photoshop at some point. Because that one that was like 500, still I couldn't make small enough to be really useful. And drawing is a little clumsy on here. I wouldn't use that. So drawing is good for marking other stuff, just not necessarily for labels.
So my transformed has a plant affinity and technopathy.
Oh, plant affinity. Oh.
I'm naming them Ivy, I think.
Nice.
Though I haven't 100% settled on that, but I think I'm going to name them Ivy.
While you're making some of these decisions, I'm going to refill the drink.
I am going to get some water in just a moment as well. Quick. Oh, I guess he's probably gone, right? Yeah.
I can answer. I've done.
Okay, I was just going to say,
many
quick
times.
question.
If it's a mask question, I can probably answer it.
How detailed do we go with our like descriptions of what the powers do or whatever?
I mean,
You don't actually have to go that much in depth because during the game stuff will happen. It doesn't care about the specifics of your power so much.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm gonna grab some water while y'all are.
I have Mo. If you can help me out, I have a question.
Yeah.
What is elemental form mean?
elemental form.
Yeah.
I think it's you taking a form of an element. I actually had that for a what character did I have that for originally? A Janice. Janice has the same questions, and I played a Janice, and it actually made my character's body like liquid, like be able to like turn into water and then like solidify back up at any point.
And what about thermal control? Is that like fire hands, like Gabby from My Hero Academia?
Yeah, heat, cold. Yeah.
Okay.
I took flame control.
We should probably have different powers then.
I mean, the overlap is kind of fun sometimes.
What?
Overlap is kind of fun. I'm actually debating because there's someone who plays a beacon in my mass game at noon, and that they're also playing a beacon. And I'm just like, do I take the same things he's taken? Because that's what I first thought. And I was like, hold on, let me see what he has. I'm like,
yeah. And while you're not simply stuck with each of these, you can come up with some other stuff too. These are the ones that actually tend to fit thematically with what that particular thing is. If you have a beacon who's got like, I have the power cosmic, it doesn't make as much sense with the playbook.
And phasing, you think that it's like phasing through walls and stuff, like be able to like, okay.
I would. So if we can choose, if we can do our own, if we can add our own abilities to this, can I add shapeshifting to mine? Like maybe not like full on, like not Beast Boy style, but like this is they aren't human. They are something that can change.
Mm-hmm.
Make a note then.
Now, going along with the playbook itself, it might be a thing where part of you, because like all the power stuff that are there are generally things like the elasticity, elemental form. Now that doesn't have to be something that shows that you're something different.
Okay. What would Sonic Bursts be?
Sound blasts.
Okay. I kind of like that.
Way just to add text to an area, or do I have to actually just grab a box?
I can't quite hear you. You're coming through.
Oh,
real low.
sorry, I walked well away. Is there a way just to add notes to
Yeah,
Milanote,
just-
or just
You
drag
have
a
to
note
pull
over?
it. You have to pull a text note. You can't add
Ah.
text directly onto.
I was trying to like start like my name area just so I have that up because it's gonna take me forever to get a name down. So
I'm the king of name generators.
no, I'm very poignant. If I'm playing a campaign, I'm very like specific with my name. So I'm like, I must do research.
I would find the perfect one.
Yes, pretty much.
Has anyone else figured out their characters' names?
I literally was at the grocery store on Friday and I saw a person with this name and I'm like, that's it. That's my name.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking of switching to Janice because the concept that I had was like legacy, but like a legacy who's really playing like second fiddle to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And most of legacies like questions are just like, what is your legacy? What's your greatest accomplishment? You know, etc. And I feel like
Yeah, if you want to switch it up, switch it up.
switching it up. Although the Janice powers, I remember looking at before when I had original concepts, and I was like, power wise, I was like, maybe.
The biggest thing is you want to make sure the powers should reflect the theme of the character.
Hey. Hey.
Flip Janice on.
Hey. Hey.
Hey, what you talking about?
Hey, what you? Well, we're in Philly, so I got.
Alright.
Well, yeah, I got to talk like I'm from Philly.
Have you seen the Saturday Night Live sketch, the Murder Dirter sketch?
I think so. Yeah. My real name.
My real name is Johnny Styles.
Are you sure that's not your hero name?
Nope, my hero name is Wildfire.
That's
Nice.
pretty. Ivy. I'm gonna go with like Lissa. No.
Thermal control.
Wait, Danny.
Okay, I got that done. So we're just doing our abilities and our hero name, right?
Yeah, you kind of want to go through, make some of those decisions. What we'll do is we can then start talking through what people are like, how people see some things, partly to see how everything sort of fits together. We'll end up kind of creating those characters, and then we've got those when our team came together questions as well as relationship questions. So when you let me know, we'll be able to kind of go through and say, hey, here's my character, here's things I do, here's what they're like.
What do we think bone generation means?
Bone generation.
Like healing, maybe.
I would think it's like Wolverine, where he grows the bones out of his hand in that movie.
There's,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one character in the X-Men who actually has these like bone, like dagger type things he can just grab and then rips out of his body and throws. So yeah, bone. You probably create bone.
All right. Hell yeah.
Like that, I can see it be like an armor type thing, or
That's how I imagined it. Was just like kind of like an armadillo casing that can kind of like.
Nice.
Yeah, because there it mentions bone generation, venom, or web, so they would be kind of a defensive in some respect. They could also do some damage.
Hank like.
Yes, Ivy is ready.
How so
I'm
fast?
doing my backstory stuff, but after that, well, if we're ready to move on, I can do more of that later.
Oh, I didn't do the backstory. Never mind.
Story stuff is actually required, so
Whoops.
All right.
does someone want to give me a letter real quick? It
A
helps
what?
me-
Letter
Letter, yeah.
H.
D.
Oh god, there was 3 letters at once. One at a time.
You say a letter? You want a letter?
Yes.
The letter I.
Okay. What did everybody else say? I
D.
D.
H.
S.
No more suggestions, please. I'm trying to focus.
R.
I said no more suggestions.
Oh, no more. I think you said one more suggestion. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'll also look at ours.
We have a Kirby is a transformed. O is a beacon. Nessa, you with the Janus?
Yep.
Sarah, you are the newborn.
Newborn.
And Steve, you are the star.
Yes.
So for the labels, you can just add +1. Can you only add +1 once and just wherever?
Well, yeah, so +1 once, and then what's going to end up happening is, like, if someone talks you up or talks you down, and they're either an adult or a character that has influence on you, what they can do is shift your labels. They can go, yeah, I'm going to shift, like, down your danger and up your freak, for example. And part of the way the game works is, as these are getting adjusted, you're going to be better at certain things because you're confident.
Hell yeah.
So do we just like circle the one we're adjusting?
I might just put like a note in there right now. I might try to grab. The thing is, this one doesn't seem to deal too well with two picture things over each other. If you get it big enough, you could do some drawings, but I found that getting rid of one drawing is a little rough. Like, it's great for marking those other things, but maybe not the best for labels.
I circled mine because I was like, it's one thing.
Yeah.
What does mundane mean?
Mundane is kind of your normal, everyday things. Like, how well do you do with the regular stuff? I think. Let's double check. I think, did they actually say. Oh, it's not there. It was. Mundane tends to work most specifically with me bring up the specific moves. Basic moves. You are rolling mundane when it comes to comforting or supporting people, piercing someone's mask, trying to see through to who they actually are.
I think I'm feeling a 0 on that one. Man, I'm really excited about Ivy.
I wrote up my backstory, everybody.
Page
Oh,
1
writing
of
on names.
17.
How many pages, Steve? Because I literally have 5 sentences.
1 sentence for each question in the playbook.
Such a good player.
Kirby, I'm afraid the idea you have there is not going to fit because my character in their backstory has that already worked in there. So if you could change it, that'd be great.
Fuck you. I quit.
Well, perhaps you should have written a 17-page story before we started.
I was gonna actually ask if anybody wanted to be my sibling.
Oh, hell yeah. Questions like that are great.
Ooh. I have a twist. Well, do we have a name for any of the people in the grassroots superhero league?
Not yet. We can make them.
Okay, I'm gonna do that as my caretaker.
Oh. I got so many great communists just coming on the tip of my tongue right now that we got like Huey P. Newton, Angela Davis, Thomas Sankara.
Let's see. Yeah, Angela Davis. Now it's Angela Davis. Head of, what do we call it again? The power to the people.
It is
People's
Council.
People's Council.
People,
Yeah.
Head of the People's Council.
What was the name?
Angela Davis.
Do you want to change it from Angela Davis? Because that is a real person from the Black Panthers who is still alive. And is still politically active.
Let's say Vera Whitaker.
There you go.
I
She
got
her?
a character's name for once. It did not take me forever.
Vera Whitaker. She's the head of People's Council.
Very proud of myself. I have a character's name that did not take me like 20 minutes to get.
That's good.
I don't. They've almost always been name generator stuff for me.
Oh no! If I play a long campaign, then it's like it has to be specific. Her name is she goes by she/they pronouns. Isadora Reyes, or Isa for short.
Oh yeah,
Isa. Is that what you said? Isa for short?
Yeah, ISA.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I gotta get a hero name. Oh, beans.
How is Reyes spelled?
Reyes.
Kirby's Ivy. If you let me know names, I'll make a note on some of my notes.
Oh, I can just type it in here in chat.
Oh yeah, that works too. If you've got both either your hero name or your other one, I will.
I don't have hero name yet. That is now a work in progress.
What y'all do in session 12? Decided our last names.
I'm getting out my secret name cheat sheet. Damn it! How did you get my number?
Yeah, when you've got your characters that that info, if you want to throw that into chat too, I'm gonna just copy it onto what I've got going over here.
Just the names, or
Just the names. We'll end up talking about some of the rest of the stuff here in a little bit.
Copy.
If that'll send over. There we go.
Yep, and thank you for the pronouns. Those are great too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can also type it once I get done with everything into the Discord.
Nice. No Wise in Wildfire? Is this not the 90s?
What?
No Wise in Wildfire? Is this not the 90s?
No,
It's the
wildfire.
2010s.
I think Wildfire with Wise is copyrighted by
DC,
Games
I think.
Workshop.
Isn't there was a Wildfire DC character. I'm trying to remember if they have. Well, I don't think they have Wise in there.
is that Wildstorm?
No, Wildfire was. Let me just. I always loved him as a kid because I thought he just had the coolest. Let me get that part. I just always thought he had just a kick-ass costume, and I also had like one where he died, at least briefly, because he got turned into energy. Here, let me find him. Loving some of these pictures. This is. I will put that into our Discord real quick. Yeah, I had one where he sacrificed himself to the League of whichever DC's league that existed in the future was. I think he led it back then, but I don't remember.
Wait,
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like I've seen that one before.
Yeah, like the comic I remember was one of at my grandmother's house. He used to have these random smattering of comics. One of them, he actually removed his faceplate and just all the energy that was his body shot out and killed someone. There was just his suit left behind. He has come back because death for anybody been permanent in any comics, really? Well, any of the mainstream comics?
Not
Who's to
really.
say?
I think they used to say Uncle Ben, Gwen Stacy, and both of those have been undone.
Wait, didn't Aunt May die in 1999?
She died again recently. Then they had that whole one day more thing where Pete made a deal with Mephisto to bring her back.
I remember reading a comic I rented from the library that was way when I was a kid, and I remember Aunt May being dead in the comic, and I was like, "This is so sad." It was there was a bloody Spider-Man mask hanging from her lamp next to the chair that she sat in.
Oh,
That was the image to represent her death.
He came
And I
back.
still remember that, like 25 years later.
This thing, a common expression regarding comic book death was once, quote, "No one stays dead except for Bucky, Jason Todd, and Uncle Ben, all of which have returned to life."
Yeah.
Like, all three of those are back.
Yeah.
So Uncle Ben, I think, was like a clone or something.
Jason back in the comics.
Maybe it wasn't Ben that came back to life. Might just be Uncle Ben. The obituary writer of in-universe newspaper Daily Bugle once bemoaned to reporter Ben Urich about how many retractions he had to write after each resurrection of a superhero or supervillain in one issue of The Incredible Hercules. There's a betting game for then-deceased superheroes to return to life.
Wow.
You heard Jean Grey died? I'm putting $20 in the pool. She's coming back.
Is that Rosalind or Rosalind?
I think Rosalind and I put an E in there by accident.
Oh, okay.
No, Michael, have you ever seen that? I forgot where. I think it was posted on Tumblr years ago. It was like superhero insurance. Like, well, if you're covered for Hulk damage, but not
Oh, yes.
Iron Man damage. What if it's like a life insurance thing like that too? It's like, sir, we can't pay out your life insurance because there's a 50% chance this person's coming back.
Rosalind should have no E in it.
Oh yeah, I did a retraction.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to spell names that aren't Irish.
What if you just say it like it's Irish? Oh, Rosalind.
Yeah.
Obsidian.
That's nice.
That's because it's one of the main pieces of material that was used in Aztec culture for like weapons and just knives and axes.
Hell yeah.
So
Obsidian. Here comes Obsidian.
So I think she'll have like very sleek, like black, like just shiny blackness.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, let us know when people are at a point where we can kind of start discussing.
I don't have any background stuff, but if I go last, then I should be okay.
What's everybody's characters' names?
Zaylin.
Okay. Kirby is Ivy, right?
I am Ivy.
Okay.
Her name is Alicia Hendricks, but they just go by Ivy at all times at this point.
Mode.
Oh, it's like a She-Hulk thing where you just stay permanently transformed.
Yeah, the transform. That's what it said. I'm not sure if that's if that's required, but I'm leaning into that.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if that's one that lets you go back and forth.
I need to come up with a hero name still. But I think we can start chatting a bit.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Someone want to go and start describing your character as you see them?
I will go first, I guess.
Mhm.
Let's get to Kirby's character. Here we go. So Ivy is I guess this is teens, right? So 17 is or 18 is kind of the highest age, or 19, I guess. I don't know. I'm thinking like probably 17 years old. They first noticed their powers when they were 13. They began to change color, and then their skin began to morph into vines and leaves. Before, who was I before? I was a straight A student, and I had an affinity for botany, ironically. Who outside the team is helping me understand my new body? My parents are very supportive and have done everything they can to help me feel appreciated and loved. Why don't I hide myself away? I don't want to. I'm open and proud of who I'm becoming. Why do you care about the team? They're my friends and I trust them. I don't know why I care about the team yet, so that's why I threw it in there. And I chose plant affinity and technopathy because I have this the appearance, I guess, is she's transformed into like a humanoid plant mass. But most of the time they can tighten the vines and like different things into a really passable like young person.
Oh, so you're a little more Audrey 2 than Poison Ivy.
Yeah, it's definitely not like a human, but they can morph themselves pretty passable into a human other than just being green, like very green with like leaves sticking off their shoulders and stuff. But she can extend bits of herself into like technological stuff, and like the greenery from her body can kind of like attach itself to circuitry, and she can like control it. So that's kind of my thing. Yeah, that's it, I think. And I have added 1 to mundane, so I am at 0.
Okay. All right, cool. Who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go. Are we reading all of the stuff from our backstory like Kirby did? Or
You can, or if you want to do, you can do it however you want to do it.
okay. My character is dropped my pen. My character is Johnny Styles. I am a man, he, him. I have a very teasing smile. I wear preppy clothes when I'm not in my focus-tested costume. I first appeared on screen in a Philly Rising Star search, where I won that competition. What do I tell people about how I got my powers? I've had them all my life, and when you have powers as awesome as I do, why wouldn't you use them? Who outside the team? Flame control.
Okay.
Seems to be a corporate favorite. We've had quite a few corporate heroes that have had flames, so my character is trying like hell to be a corporate hero. Who outside of the team supports my ways? That would be my PR agent, Tommaso Charles. He, him. Who outside of the team loathes what I represent? That would be Amanda Declan, a local radio personality. And why do you care about the team? Teams are the in thing right now, and all the focus groups said they would like me on a team. So here I am.
That's great. You're like the Chris Evans Human Torch.
Pretty much.
Wait. Don't knock him out yet. Okay,
Yeah.
now go.
Exactly.
Instagram.
How many social media followers do you have, Steve?
What was that?
How many social media followers do you have?
I don't know. I didn't fill out that part yet.
Is it more or less than Kylie Jenner?
I'd say more.
Nice.
Shit. Johnny's
I would say it'd probably be less than that, because if you're more than that, then you're looking at like probably already snatched up by the corp.
Yeah, you would need a security team.
I'm on the verge of being like very popular. I'm at that point where like I'm ready to go national, but
TikTok
I'm still
famous?
local.
You have a blue check
he's
mark?
TikTok famous.
Yeah,
He films his TikToks while he's like doing stuff.
That's definitely what my character does.
Not to mention security team. Did you ever see it's the picture of Jason Momoa and his bodyguards?
No, but I want to see that.
The great thing is the bodyguards look like twins. But the thing is Jason towers over them. Like, they look pretty huge. And the caption was, Jason Momoa's bodyguards look like the mini bosses you have to fight before you fight Jason Momoa.
Oh, wow.
That's how I felt when I accidentally ran into Bill de Blasio in the subway. One, I didn't recognize it was Bill de Blasio. I was like, that freakishly tall man just looks exactly like the mayor.
Damn, he is
And then
fine.
I didn't even realize he had security agents with him because they were so short compared to him. I was like, Sinead, my sister worked for the mayor at the time. I was like, does that guy look just like the mayor? And she's like, that is the fucking mayor. That's my boss. You idiot. Look at the security guards. And I'm like, I didn't even realize there were security guards. They're so small next to him.
Hilarious if you're like, I don't want to insult you, but you look a lot like the mayor.
So in regards to my audience, they like me because I'm stunning, unique, and beautiful. The two advantages I get from my audience are that I have a PR agent to handle my audience, and I earn a lot of money from my interests. The two demands they make on me are that I have major acts of heroism, and they require chemistry with my allies.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna be able to be so obnoxious with the like, hey, let's have
Oh.
a moment.
Michael, real quick. Were we supposed to do the conditions and transform moves? For some reason, I thought those were later.
Oh, the thing is, with those things, you can get the conditions are essentially what happens when you get damage.
Okay, that's what. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and
But
it's, those your moves themselves. Yeah, go ahead and pick out your moves. 'Cause,
Okay, all right. I missed that.
Yeah, so you want to pick out your moves. In a moment, we'll do stuff with when our team first came together, and then relationships, and then the influence. Yeah, you want to choose your moves because those will determine the cool things your character can do.
I already got a great idea.
Are we doing the when the team first came together yet?
We'll do that after everyone's been introduced.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go.
Yep.
As I mentioned, my character is Zaylin. They them. They do not have they don't have any other names. It's just Zaylin. They came as organic matter on the first unmanned vessel into the rift, and Henry Blake basically discovered that it was a sentient creature. They were a sentient creature, and basically saw promise in like this can be something. So he took a special interest in them and just decided like I'm going to make you into a superhero because I think there's potential here. And before he could really get this program off the ground, he disappeared. And I'm sorry, I'm just talking like out of my head because I've had this thought in my head for a bit now. When that happened and Jason shut down the program, he basically locked me away in a box and put me in storage. And because when the team first came together thing, it says the team discovered you during an incident, and that's where I kind of wanted to begin. But basically, they were a hive mind in the rift. They don't have much memory of the rift because they weren't conscious. And the things that Henry taught them was you have to help people in need. You have to help anyone who needs it because that's what the heroes are supposed to do. And I actually got the wording right in my card. 1 second. I'm never to abandon a teammate ever. And the way they look kind of like an alien. They're humanoid, but they have these huge glowing blue eyes and gray skin.
Yeah. All right, that gives us SRMO.
Mo, do you want to go or should I go? Because I'm ready.
Ready. I am not ready. My brain's going into like 404 loops right now. And I'm starting to blue screen a bit. So I'm like, oh no, I got to figure out these background questions. Hold on.
Okay. So
Press both temples really hard. You reset.
just, plug your ears, hold your nose, drink a glass of water.
Which means have a few extra hands.
You do. You need a second pair of hands to do it, but it cures hiccups immediately. So we have Rosalind Winters. Funny thing about that is that technically, our birth name is Rosalind McNamara. Also, I need to make sure that timeline-wise this makes sense, because that would make Chuck Carlson our brother, and he's like a full adult human. But like, yes, Starflame's child, and
I actually love that. Oh my god! And you know what? Ages don't mean a damn thing.
Yeah. Plus, she had to, have a new baby to replace the one that, she was like, bye, Chuck Carlson. Nah.
Piece of shit.
Yeah. I can already tell. I'm becoming a superhero just because I can tell that you're a tiny baby sociopath.
Oh.
I'm starting a new family, and I hope it messes you up. Because I hate you. But And I think I'd like to have a younger sister, not that much younger, but like maybe by like a year or so. And I think we didn't go, obviously we did not go, I don't think Chuck Carlson, I don't think we had the same dad. And I don't know where we went, but I think we did end up, whether or not we stayed with our dad, we did end up with an aunt kind of taking over as our maternal figure. And this aunt is kind of like weirdly obsessed with like not creating, but like honing one of us, assuming we develop superpowers into kind of being a legacy, the next one, Starflame 2. And between me and my sister, she doesn't know that I actually already got my powers and that they are bone generation, which is not really what she's looking for aesthetically. It's not about like the legacy of like saving. It's about the legacy of like it looks like Starflame, powers are similar. Starflame's here.
Starflame 2.0.
Yeah. Bone generation was not in that plan, nor was it in my plan.
Starbone.
Yeah, Starbone, not in the plan. Also, because it looks gross. I will say that it's not the worst. We live in there's plants everywhere, but it's not the best. It could be better. So, and I don't know. I just kind of decided that I wanted to put on the mask and like try to, even though nobody knows it's me, just try to prove that like I could do it if I wanted to. Just like I have the potential to be here. Why do I keep the secret identity? Aunt Carolyn would freak out like crazy, and I would be so grounded forever. Who outside the team knows about the dual identity? I think my sister knows. I also think that she has like powers that are coming in that are like way more on brand, and that it's definitely like changing the dynamic in a weird way. But also we both secretly aren't jazzed about the situation. So we're both like sisters forever, but also it's nice to be loved a little bit. So I think she knows that I've been, going out and coming back all bruised up and just been like, and also that she knows about the whole bone thing. I think, would it be weird if Chuck Carlson was just like hated me for some reason?
Oh, that'd be great.
He's just like these blue-haired superheroes.
He's going to be the BBEG of our campaign.
Did you know that the blue hair is used to keep away predators?
Chucker Carlson.
So I think
Carlson.
Yeah, I think somehow him or like a spin-off of him that's like the Joe Rogan to our Chuck Carlson. Yeah. I'm just like in like a compilation video or something.
Chugging ivermectin.
Yeah. And then I think I care about the team just because I'm like, surrogate family, but also a great cover. Two things.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. Oh, any ideas? You want to fill in some of this stuff a little bit later?
Actually, I got a burst of inspiration because whenever if you have information from the past that you don't play that game anymore, you can just sort of incorporate it to a new game. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm still filling it out. So I'll probably just like ad lib stuff and then type it in a minute. Okay. So my character is Isadora Reyes, she, they pronouns, goes by Obsidian, like a shifting femme presenting, but will sometimes dress mask, Latine, pretty face with stylish clothes and a stylish costume. Their abilities is martial arts and acrobatics, so very non-powered at all. And since we already had sort of like mafia influences in the history, but we only focused on Philly, we never focused on anywhere else in the world, really. So she is a child of the cartel from Mexico. Father's right-hand man to the El Jefe of the De Los Santos cartel. So she had to learn how to fight to take care of herself and her family. So that's how she gained her skills. The next question, when did you first put on your costume? It was a couple years ago, so like when she was 15. I think it was her first time like trying out to be a vigilante because she realized how awful her family was and she's trying to veer away from all that. Who else on the team thinks she shouldn't be a superhero? I think she has an aunt that's a confidant of hers that thinks that they shouldn't be a hero at all and that they should just either live a mundane life or stick with the family. Do not fight the family. Why do you try to be a hero? She's seen some shit that at least her family's pulled, and she can't do anything about them because it's them. So she tries to help people out in other means. And what do you care about your team? Well, all she's got right now. And it's nice to find people with like-minded goals. Or at least what she believes is like-minded goals. So
Okay.
now I gotta type that in. Now I can remember what I said. Oh no.
I've actually typed a whole bunch of stuff. You go into GM stuff. I have got after the PDF stuff I put in there. There's 3 things. One, players. We'll get to the first time everyone worked together, and then relationships. So I went through and was making notes while people were talking.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions that I could probably answer? About
I think it's good.
Cool. I'm glad my brain went. Bleh.
All right, so
Oh, yeah.
we've got the first time, and if anybody's got any other questions, feel free to bring them up. We also have those first time we work together questions. Who would like to begin with asking those?
I have a fun one. I think.
Go
I don't
ahead.
know. Maybe y'all's are better. I have when we saved the life of somebody important, either to the city or to us. Who was it, and why are they important?
Oh, before we answer, can I tie my question to yours?
Yes.
Mine
yes.
is we drew attention and ire from plenty during the fight. One important person in particular now hates and fears us. What if
Michael.
the person we saved is the same person? I mean, this
We
is
did
just an
such
idea.
a bad job.
I got a question real quick. Usually,
Yeah.
typically in math, sorry, I don't mean to do this. Typically in math, there's like a lineup of like how you ask the questions. Are you
Oh.
not going by that process, Michael, this time around?
Oh,
Because typically, like you ask like certain questions in an order because it kind of makes more sense. But I know we got some of the not standard ones, so I don't know if that fits into the way or not.
yeah, I think unless someone's got some stuff that we're probably okay with the way we're going now.
Okay, I was just making sure because that's where my brain went. I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the sheets and I'm not remembering a specific order thing there, but the sheets doesn't have like a thing for it. Yeah, if someone's got one that needs to be answered for part of it, like we just had, that stuff can work.
That's just an idea I had, but it doesn't have to be that. I just thought it might be cool if it was like somebody who maybe despises supers that we helped.
I like
don't know.
that. Or I do like the idea of us just saving them, but like doing a bad job or like just scaring them or something. And they're like, actually, I don't hate supers, but I do hate you. I hate teenagers.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Who
When
is
our
We would decide who that's going to be.
Yeah. Is it going to be somebody from our microscope page? Let's see. It's got to be somebody relatively recent.
We may not have a good person on there. We may need to create one.
Yeah, we're kind of slow on people who are not
What about
also.
just but like a vague politician.
Yeah, it could just be like Mitch McConnell or something.
Rich McConnell.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm Mitch McConnell.
Oh,
I hate
I was
poor
drinking
people.
water. How dare you?
And I hate poor people.
Yeah. Actually, looking at the list, that Janice would have been the first one to ask what we have.
Oh,
So who was it that was saved? We can come up with who this person is.
what about Terrence Tribble? And he's our universe's Joe Rogan.
Did you say Tribble?
Yes, Terrence Tribble.
Yes.
That's not a real
Trouble with
person.
Tribbles?
Don't worry.
But he is named after furry, beautiful little animals.
Definitely not a real person.
God, the douchiest man on earth now has a problem with you. The amount of bros who'd be like,
Ugh.
yeah, I saw you dub this people, but I listened to Terrence Tribble. TT was like, man, you're bogus.
One could say after we drew his ire, we could be in Tribble trouble.
That's the name of the segment that got him popular.
It's the episode of Star Trek where the Tribbles take over the Enterprise.
I thought it was just a funny sound.
That was the trouble with Tribbles, right?
Oh, fuck. I named it wrong. Whatever. Trouble with Tribble.
What danger was it? I mean, it's not part of the question, but also what the fuck happened to Terrence Tribble that we had to be like, don't worry, Terrence Tribble.
Does anybody have anything in theirs that does determine something about the your questions and something about the danger?
With mine, I would say maybe there was like a attack on a storage facility, because I feel it'd be kind of cool if like old NovaCorp equipment was trying to be like ransacked by some organization or something like that, and then that's where like I came out of it, because mine is the team discovered you during an incident. Thanks to them, you reached the outside world and helped them fight. Where and how did you find them? Who was the first to give you who gave you your first nickname? So basically, like they imagine like the storage area from Indiana Jones getting exploded, and then suddenly a box opens and like I crawl out of it, like, and I just know what Henry told me to do, so I'm gonna do that. And
Oh yeah.
I like it.
Mo, what's yours?
Sorry, I'm still typing things in. We found signs that this incident was just the start of something bigger. What were the signs? Other than a thing exploding? And politicians being kidnapped?
is Terrence Tribble a politician or like a shock jock?
Shock.
Oh, shock talk. Okay, sorry. Y'all were talking about Mitch McConnell earlier. My brain just stuck.
He does. He
Politicians.
does have terrible political power. Like
Yeah.
people come on
Oh,
his show.
I hate him.
Yeah.
Good.
All you have to do is smoke weed with him on his show one time, and you're set for life
Do
politically.
DMT.
Your stock
at
is
any
going to
point in
drop
life.
first.
Yeah. If you eat a rat, he'll make you president.
I kind of want to say signs of something bigger, like leading to like what trouble was he in again? Who do we save him from? Like, what was the why behind us saving him?
Maybe it was like a grassroots, like I don't want to say like
Not
a
terrorist.
truth to power, a truth to power movement. Like, what are you hiding? What are you hiding in there? And
I
like,
honestly imagined him just being at like the docks, because you said you were with all that equipment, that he was just there to pick up like an insane amount of like illegal weed. Like weed is legal, but his weed is illegal because of whatever the fuck he's doing.
Well, remember, we're in the 2010s, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But also
we
there's
are-
giant plants.
giant alien weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had to make weed legal because giant alien weed exists now, and we kind of
And
have to. The
And I
bar is
think
shifted.
I think that may be it. I think maybe there's some like alien plants starting to like consume or take over, or with the explosion, there was some like unearthly matters that got spread across.
Mhm.
And reacted with-
Pollinating.
Oh, pollinating.
It started pollinating the local area
Ooh.
with alien plant
I
life.
hate it. I love it. I hate it.
It's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Cool. Give me some Jeff Goldblum, baby.
Okay.
Ivy at the moment was like, I'm kind of into this. Is it weird that I'm into this?
Ivy was like, yes, this is my life now.
Have you seen this destruction? It's so hot. Look at that. I know you're not a plant and you don't understand, but like if you were a plant, wow. All right. Steve?
We as a team attracted the attention of a major media outlet within the city, thanks to our efforts. Who are they? Why do they support us? I'm gonna say they are Action News 7. And why do they support us? Because they're what?
Philly is Action News 6.
Action News 6.
Just so we stay consistent.
Good enough. Action News 6. They were doing I would say they support us because at the incident, they weren't supposed to be there, and we actually kept their people, their camera guy and their reporter safe. We were able to get them out without a lot of attention being drawn to them because they weren't supposed to be there.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
All right, and I think Sarah, you saw your question. You had a couple questions on yours to be answered.
Where and how do they find you? So again, like I can just imagine like a box knocked over and like I broke it open. There's something, this humanoid creature kind of crawls out of it, and it's like you don't know what it is. You don't know if it's gonna attack you or hurt you. And I just stand up and I'm like, and it's like something just clicks, and like I start to just join you, and I start to run toward the danger and help. Who gave you your first nickname? I don't know. Who did? I assume it was a team member.
Is that relationships questions? Are we in relationships?
No, that's one of my questions. It's like I think it's meant to be like, who gives you your hero name? But I don't really have one. Okay. Henry gave me my name.
There's an area called relationships where we go around and ask these questions and like pick it. So I didn't know.
Yeah, I think this is part of your when they first met.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
I don't
ignore me.
I don't think I have. I don't think anyone gave me a nickname. I don't. Who would ask my name first? I think is the best way to change that. Who would ask who I am?
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what did you say your name was again?
Zaylin.
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 Can we call you Zay?
Okay.
Oh. I love them. They're precious.
I already love this character.
It's I have some really tragic shit in the back of their history. You guys don't even know.
Oh,
they trusted Jason so much. They trusted him so much.
No.
I'm gonna call you Len, like the Vocaloid.
Okay.
So we talked about a couple things here, but let's now decide what was happening there that actually caused who was there that caused a battle that released Sarah's character that got you to save the life of Terrence Tribble, who hates you, and also Action News 6, who's now your fans.
Well, Sarah, you said that you thought maybe there was some kind of protest from the People's Council,
or like a different grassroots organization, like a truth to power movement. So like imagine what the hell is their name? With the V for Vendetta mask, anonymous. Imagine like an anonymous protest. So like something like that.
What were they protesting?
A vague storage area which they know to hold NovaCorp stuff. So they just want to what are you hiding from us? Like there's all this new plant life, everything's going weird in the city. What is Blake Industries hiding in this warehouse?
Was there an incident?
Oh, sorry.
I was about to ask, because was there an incident that I mean, obviously plants are going wild and shit. Was there an incident that really sparked people being like, we know what's in there, and also fuck that?
Go Mo.
I just my brains. I have one cell up here, and I feel like it's like those people in Naruto running in the desert at Area 51.
Yes,
yeah,
that's where my brain's going right now.
Yeah. That's kind of what I imagine. I was thinking that when I mentioned the pollination thing earlier, and I was thinking that maybe the incident could be some kind of mutated flora grew and then detached itself from the ground and started roaming the area near the warehouse and attacked some people before some somebody else or some cops or other supers or something killed it or burned it or whatever. And then they realized that there's other plants that are growing around this warehouse that look similar to it. So they like came in and they torched the place. And then they had these protests maybe erupted outside the warehouse after that.
It was just a massive clusterfuck of no one knows quite what they're angry at, but they're angry at it. So yeah. And they can,
And then so what caused it? So you got the Area 51 event, the sort of anonymous thing.
Guy doing a
half
Naruto run out
conspiracy,
front.
like half of probably conspiracy theorist, half there for giggles.
Tribble is there with the Naruto runners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is this because that the mutated flora previously had grown detached, was attacking people, and there was stuff like it growing around this place?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then what was that the stuff that came alive and started attacking people, or was it something else that caused the danger?
I think that would probably be I don't know. I guess
Do you want to introduce a villain here, or?
Oh.
We can.
Captain
Plant.
Captain
Plant.
I'm just kidding.
That's actually I like it.
Maybe her name was Mitosis.
Wait.
No, it should be Matosis.
Audrey.
Mate.
What if the
Audrey.
what if we name this supervillain Audrey?
I do like that apparently all the villains just go by proper names here.
Well,
like everyone's like,
Yeah.
if we
go
think it's
Audrey,
better.
Well, Mo
Mo
had brought up last session the Little Shop of Horrors thing, and I've just been picking on that.
Did I?
And Audrey is the name of the plant in the Little Shop of Horrors.
Audrey 2 is named the plant.
Audrey 2, I know.
Is the name of the woman that Seymour's in love with.
Yeah.
Audrey.
Feed me.
We directed it. We had to have a slap circle where it was just getting her used to, because like the slaps were like one person goes to slap, like she could hold her hand up and the slap would be like a high five kind of in front of her face. But it was just like ow, 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 ow. Like, oh, that was too close, and she's gonna beat your ass for that.
I like Audrey. Let's go with Audrey.
I'm gonna X card that just because I don't want it to be too punny. We got a couple puns right here, and part of it keeping some of that like feeling a little.
I like
matosis.
I like that. Matosis.
I do. That's good.
Because matosis is it's that pun, but it's that kind of like super villain pun and not a musical theater reference.
I mean, you played WWW with me last week. You know how much I love puns and dad jokes.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Very different tone in Worldwide Wrestling.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay,
Matosis
and then
like this.
I think that takes us into relationships, and I think at that point, we can go through do relationships. And do we want to end it a little early this week, one so that Mo can get some rest, but also we'll have this stuff done.
Absolutely.
Rest. What is this?
Mo, you need to sleep.
It's Philly.
I did
You gotta
sleep.
go to rest.
It also puts us in position because we took some time to create some stuff. Instead of doing that like 1 hour of that, we could do the relationship end a bit early, and then next week we could hit the ground running.
Hell
Cool.
yeah.
I'm
good.
tired as
Good to
shit
me.
too, so I would appreciate that as well.
All right, so
Awesome.
everyone's got relationship questions. What we can do here is kind of go through and ask one at a time. I find those work instead of one person going, "Here are my two." One person asks, and we kind of like scroll through everybody and then go through for the second one. Then the last one we do after that is influence, which takes like a minute. Who would like to start?
Nesta, what was your character's name, by the way?
Rosalind Winters.
And you did say that is your hero name, right?
No, that is my birth name. I actually need to come up with something. I was trying to think of like my temporary hero name is just Bone. For now, it's not great, but I need to come up with like a pun.
Exo.
I kind of love Bone. I'm not gonna lie, it's
Marrow?
pretty fucking cool.
Marrow. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I like
Marrow.
Marrow. It's got a feminine
Marrow.
feel.
Marrow.
Arrow.
Okay. All right.
Marrow is the name of that X-Men character.
Look. I
That's
don't
what I
know
said
these.
Pharaoh for a second. I think of the
There's
phone
so
thing.
many. There's so many X-Men. We're all
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
have something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry too much
Mhm.
about that. I think that's a minor character.
I'm where the X Castle is, or school.
Oh, the
Westchester.
baby is gifted. Thank you very
Is it
much.
Westchester or Westchester?
Westchester.
Chester.
All right, who wants to begin with their relationship question? Their first relationship question.
I'll go first.
All right.
I have blank might wind up being more of a star than me someday. And I believe that is going to be Ivy.
Me?
Yep.
They say loudly.
Next person.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I can go next.
Okay.
Blank is awesome, and you take every chance you get to hang out with him. Oh God, brain's not working. Wait, why did I choose to go next?
It's almost over, Mo. It's
It's
almost over.
the mouse in my brain is so tired. It's running on the wheel so hard. Let's see. So, just to give me a quick blurb about your characters. Like Steve, I know is the Golden Boys, right?
Yeah.
Um. Zaylin is a sweet, precious baby bean, barely a day old.
Born literally this morning.
Yeah. Quick words about each of y'all, like sentences.
Ivy is really smart person. Definitely very much an outcast from like society, but has a pretty stable house. And a few like close friends that have never really left their side.
All right.
Rosalind's kind of like an it girl, but is like emotionally going through it all the time.
Okay.
Just always.
Thank you. So that helps me out a lot. Like hearing what you. I think it's gonna be Zaylin is awesome and takes every chance to hang out with them because I think she believes their perspective and wide-eyedness about the world helps her see that the world can be such a good place from all the shit that she's seen in her past. Like, I think it's a nice perspective that she really cherishes.
All right, next person.
I will go. I have. For me, my secret identity is like a big part of my character, so you may or may not know it. But I have blank knew you from your civilian life first, and I think it is either going to. I have to say this, Morgan, Steve, Kirby. What kind of school do you think they would go to? Because I had an idea. I originally thought this could only be Morgan's character, but then I realized it could probably apply. The idea of us meeting at like a Sidwell Friends school, like one of those places where they send like politicians' kids, but also like you also get like a couple people who are like celebrities or like do other kinds of work, and all their kids are together because it's just like this is the school where no one is going to steal your children from this school.
I definitely don't think that Ivy would have been there.
That is definitely where Johnny would be.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
100% I am in the celebrity school.
Would Isadora have been in that school or no? Probably just Johnny.
I think she's new to town.
Okay,
honestly.
so Johnny, you know my secret identity.
I'm new in town.
I'm new in town.
Okay.
I'll go next.
Okay.
Comforted me when I was at my lowest. I want that to be Isadora.
Yeah.
I think that there was kind of a run-in maybe that we had perhaps before we ever really even met. This was kind of the first time we met, and I don't know. Well, actually, I guess I should ask you: Is Isadora a kind person?
You know what? I think she's trying to be. She
Okay.
was raised in a her family was kind to her, yet anybody outside or anybody that they worked with, not so much.
Okay.
Because, or rather who they worked with, but anybody who crossed them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to project
No,
onto
no,
your
no.
character at all, but
Yeah.
the way I kind of envisioned it was like maybe it was even when you just arrived and you just like kind of like were walking down the street, you came across Ivy was like sitting in an alley just crying,
Yeah.
and maybe like
I
she had
think,
just had this moment where she was bullied like brutally by a bunch of people.
or maybe even before that, like maybe that's how they sort of met was uh oh my god, brains. What's my character's name? Isadora just was in town and starting to like learn like do patrols because I think she's that sort of vigilante #vigilante life.
Yeah.
And was seeing that this person, they didn't look exactly human, quote unquote, but they're still being attacked and therefore must protect, and fought off these people, and then like was very kind and like helped her up and like all that stuff. So
Cool.
yeah.
I like that.
That's Sarah.
I would say Isadora is an exemplary human. They show you around and tell you how things work. I think I'm very like I imprint so quick on people. Like it's like you're super nice to me. You show me how things are, and I'm like, okay, yeah. So yeah, very much
I love that.
imprinted. Yes.
Back to Steve. We can go for the second questions.
Okay. Mine is blank would be a great sidekick. I try to keep them around. I think I'm actually gonna go with Roslyn for that one.
Do match the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Because you've no, I mean, you have seen me in my non-thing, but the actual transformed version that hides me is very rock and roll.
Yeah.
Granted, I feel like you're more like pop punk, but
Do you look a little like Iron Maiden's Eddie?
maybe. Let me Google that.
I think it's Eddie. Is that the name of their sort of mascot that shows up on the album covers?
Yeah.
I believe so. Not fully. I'm definitely a little bit more spiky than that, but
I was thinking he was more bone-ish than fleshish. Weird word to say. All right, that takes us to Morgan. Your second question.
You gotta prove yourself to blank before you feel like a real hero. Oh, is the only one that I think I really know is that's like really out there is Wildfire, right? Wait, am I saying that right? Oh no.
Yep,
Hold on.
Wildfire.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Wildfire.
All right. You feel you have to prove yourself to me?
Yeah, because he's like all like, yes, look at my Twitter, look at my Instagram, and she's like,
he's the guy.
he's the it guy, like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Rosalind.
I have a question between all of you. Who do you think would be the first to ask me about my secret identity? I figured, but I just wanted to do a poll. I refused to tell you my secret identity when you asked.
That's a good idea.
I kind of feel like it would be Sarah's character, just because that naivety of hers would be like, who are you really?
Yeah, both.
My
you
name is
and I-
Zaylin. What is your name? Is that your real name?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Oh, what is your real name?
Is
No.
that me? Am I up?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Shit. What was my question? I already have the answer. What was my question? Okay. Johnny knew me before I was changed, I think, and I love projecting that Johnny and me grew up together,
Ooh.
like as young children before maybe Johnny's parents moved him to a different neighborhood. I don't know what exactly you had in mind for your like parental backstory or whatever, but
Hey, that's perfect for me.
cool. I love
You
that.
answered that question for me.
Cool.
All right. Sarah.
The behavior of Blink confuses you again and again. You're determined to understand humanity better by studying them. It's definitely Johnny. I do not
Johnny
under
is
like
a popular boy.
like the whole PR thing, social media thing flabbergasts me. It's like, yeah, I just don't get it. So,
All right.
and the attitude too, because I think that Zay sees a very like noble goal in this, and there's a celebrity to this that I just do not understand.
All right, and then
So-
the very last thing will be each of your influences. Basically, tell people who has influence over you, and what you want to make, like, probably just a note. Keep track of the influence you got over people because that'll be important.
So if I give influence to a teammate, does that mean I have influence over them?
It means they have influence over you.
They have influence over me. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with Isadora because I think that she's really cool.
Oh.
I think I maybe a little hint of jealousy at like the super cool outfit and like the skills and stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I also just put a face claim for her because I just found an actress that I really like that I'm kind of like basing her looks off of.
Yeah.
It's a Jenna Ortega. Like, she's a little cutie.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Aww,
Yeah, she's a little cutie, right?
she is. Oh, dimple.
Aw.
Yeah, I had pretty face as like one of my chosen things, so I was like,
Mhm.
okay, bet. So I have influence over Ivy, is that right?
Ivy, yes.
Okay, my influence is choose how you see the team as a means to an end or something worthwhile on its own. I actually think Johnny at this point just sees it as a means to an end. He's kind of seeing it as his ticket to get to a corporate sponsorship.
Oh yeah.
So I give no one influence.
Oh, that's so good.
Okay.
Mhm.
I
I
love it.
do think that is eventually going to change as he goes, but I don't know because as we play, his mentality might shift, or depending upon how things go, he might go extreme corporate.
Hell yeah.
So
All right, that's you. Who wants to go next?
I can go next. It says you're receptive to how people think and behave around you. Give influence to all your teammates. So, yeah, y'all have influence. You all have influence on me.
Hell yeah.
You want to go next?
Sure. So I have you look up to your teammates. They seem to have this superhero thing figured out. Give two of them influence over you. I am going to give it to Ivy and to Isadora. Because Ivy, especially because I feel like you definitely have the like transformation thing figured out a lot more than me. In a way that I'm like very extremely terrified of my own body in a way that I can't really explain, and that you seem to have like a much better grasp on it than I do.
Cool.
And I mean, Isadora's out there doing patrols and stuff. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
That's like that real hero shit. I know, Johnny's the it boy, but
The real hero.
yeah.
I'm the real hero.
Yeah, that's why I did heavy air quotes.
I go where my PR agent tells me to go. I don't just do this shit because I want to.
You don't get influence because you're exactly what my aunt wanted us to be.
It's like,
The
Tommaso,
Homelander thing of-
is there someone to save at the closest coffee shop? I need an espresso.
Well, I can't save everyone on this plane. It's better to save nobody on this plane.
Can't get bad PR if all of you die.
Okay. And mine is you are so excited to be here. Give influence over you to 3 of your teammates. So, Zaylin, Wildfire, because of the itness, and I think because of the first interactions that they had, I think with Ivy. I think, oh God, brains. I think with Marrow, Rosalind, like Isidore doesn't really know her yet. Like she's just like
We're working on it.
Yeah.
And also, like I said before, she's a mess constantly. It's one of those friends where you're happy to see them, but also you're like, you see them and you're like, oh no, what's going on?
They're gonna have a story for me.
Like, hi, what's going on with her? Does anyone know?
Oh, gotta hold her. Oh, and Michael, did you want to know my what is it called? My drives.
Oh yeah, well, are they on your character sheet?
They're on the sheet.
Have
Yeah.
you marked them? I'm gonna go through and take a look at those over the next week.
Okay, I won't say them out loud then.
Okay. Other thing, I did find out if you want to change your icon, you click on it over on the left. It'll like a color will show up and an icon, and you can either choose recommended. There's letters, numbers, or if you have like a very small image, it says 160 by 160 pixels works best. You would be able to upload something if you want.
Mo, did you say you gave me influence over Isadora?
Yes.
Okay, I missed that for some reason.
Because you're the it guy.
Yeah, you're the one that you're trying to emulate me.
I'm just like, ooh, you're so cool.
I'm so excited about the moves I picked for my character.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about mine too. I think they're really good.
I picked Be the Monster.
Hey, yeah, I love that one.
Also, Michael, don't look at my notes. I'm gonna fix them later, but they're messy right
I
now.
probably won't have a chance when we sit down until this coming weekend and really. I'll take a look.
How do you change icons? How do you do it?
Oh, if you just click on the board without going into it, over on the side it'll say color icon.
Yeah, I already changed mine to my Scar Lady. You can also be Minecraft Steve or Superman.
Do you see what Kirby's changed to?
Voorhees, baby. It's because I literally just finished a Slayer game today that I'm hoping to publish.
Oh, nice.
So 1v2 to four players.
Where did you find that image?
Yeah.
It was just an option.
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to do the image change.
Click on your character thing, and then on the left-hand side, it'll have an icon pop up.
Color and then icon.
Oh, there's a luchador mask too.
Okay.
You all are getting different stuff than I'm getting.
Oh yeah, it kind of randomizes.
There's also an elf.
I also got an elf.
You can also search.
Oh, you can search.
Yeah, you can try to get.
Oh, let me see if I can find a plant.
Anyway, do we want to say our goodbyes? We can go ahead and end the stream.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Why don't we go Sarah, Nessa, Steve, Mo, and Kirby?
I'm Sarah. I am Powerful Week One on TikTok and Powerful Week almost everywhere else.
Nessa, Loch Nessa, LOCHNEASSA on TikTok and everywhere.
Hi, I'm Steve, the Dragon X on TikTok. Thanks for watching.
Mo.
Was it mine?
You just kind of look like.
I thought they were falling asleep. I was like,
I was just like waiting, and then I zoned out. Hi, I'm Mo. They, she pronouns. I'm everywhere on the internet at Sarina Bezos. That's SIRENABESOS. Yeah.
I am Kirby. Disaster tourism everywhere. That's it, baby.
I'm Michael Matthews, Improv GM on Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. We will see you next week. A couple of us, if you're here on Tuesday for Worldwide Wrestling, we are adding Barnaby to that, and also Kendo Does Films will be able to join us this week, as was not last week, and it's going to be.
And I won't be here this week.
Yep. Have a great evening.